Good morning and welcome. I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you today. Now the last time I went into Dollar Tree, I found the Shore Living line, and they have this beautiful new wreath form. It is a mermaid wreath. It's their tail, and I absolutely love it. It's a gorgeous wreath form. So we're going to be using this today, and all of the materials to create this beautiful wreath came from Dollar Tree, making it very budget friendly. I'm also going to be introducing you to a brand new method, no fray, that you can use with Dollar Tree mesh that I created specifically to give me the look I want on this wreath form. To use on Dollar Tree mesh or any other mesh that you choose, and it is a no fray method. It's very easy to do, and it gives a very distinctive look to your wreath. So let's go ahead and get started, and let me show you how to make this beautiful mermaid wreath. For my new method, the rose method, you can use Dollar Tree mesh. I have a roll of their dark navy blue, the light blue, this kind of gray or silver, their dark purple, and light purple. Now these are all colors you would find in a mermaid. You want to cut your strips for the tail at 10 inches. You're also going to need some pipe cleaners, and these can be cut in thirds, about 4 inches in length, because we're only going to be attaching to a single bar at a time. So I have my mesh here cut at 10 inches. You want to take the two cut ends and line them up. So you are folding it over in half. Then you want to take one end and grab those ends, make sure they line up, and then fold it over by about 1/2 inch. And then continue to fold it over all the way across. Okay. And you want to grab it about an inch, inch and a half from the bottom. Take your pipe cleaner and wrap it around. Now you want the ends that come up to be where the seam is. That's going to be your bottom. I always like to fold it down so I can get a nice tight grip and twist. Okay. Now here on the ends, you can trim off anything that's funky like that, but you want to make sure you leave at least an inch because you do not want that to pull through. And then here on the other side, you have that really pretty little curl that looks like the center of a rose. Okay, so that's our little bundle. Now these bundles are stacking bundles. So you'll lay a row down and then you stack on top, and that's what's going to hide this part. I will show you again. Take a piece of 10-inch mesh, take the two ends, bring them together. So you're folding your piece of mesh in half. Come to one side, bring that together, fold in by about 1/2 inch, and then just keep folding until you get to the other side. You want to grab in by about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. Wrap your pipe cleaners around. Now your ends should be on the side that has the fold. The smooth side should be on the bottom. This is the smooth side, and this is the side that has the seam. So the side that has the seam is where you want your pipe cleaners. There you go. Now you can make these looser if you want them fuller. I actually did that first, and then I decided no, I like them actually on the tighter side like this, but that's up to you depending on how big and wide you want that to look. Okay, I'm going to make several of my rose bundles here, and then I'll be back and we'll start to attach it to the wreath form. I have several of my bundles made. We're going to start to attach it to our wreath form. The first thing I want to do is run a nice thick line of bundles all the way across the bottom bar here. And that's why you don't need more than like a third of a pipe cleaner, because you're only going to be attaching it to a single bar. So you want to attach it like this. So your cut end is going to be facing up and is on top of the wreath. And you just take your pipe cleaners, wrap it around the bar, give a good couple twists. And then trim your pipe cleaner and then just tuck it down. Okay, so you want to keep adding them as you move across the bottom there. And I'm just going to be mixing up all of my colors. So I'm figuring one on the end, two in the middle, and then one where the two bars meet, and then two in the middle and one on the bar. And then because this space is larger, however many will fit in that space. So I'm going to continue until I get the bottom bar here filled, and then I'll be back. Okay, I have my bottom bar here filled and I really like it. Look at how pretty that looks. Perfect for the tail of a mermaid. I'm very happy. The only additional thing that I needed to do was I added a bit of hot glue on this end and a bit of hot glue on this end so that my pieces wouldn't keep sliding up. But I'm really happy with that. They kind of just stacked on each other to flare out the tail, which is exactly what I was looking for. And I did kind of go in a pattern. I did dark blue, dark purple, light purple, gray, and then I repeated. So I'm just going to keep following that. So my last one here was the light blue. So now I'm going to start my second row. And I'm again just going to be attaching it to the single bar. And I just need to bring that bundle down far enough to cover the cut end of the one underneath it. I am working on my second row now, and on the second row you'll need to attach one to the single bar, and then attach one to the two bars, and then attach one to the single bar. So here on the back, the first one I attached just to this bar, and then here the second one I attached in between. The third one I attached only to the single bar, and then the fourth one I attached to the two bars. I needed to do that to make sure that I got good coverage because I don't want to see my cut ends. I want to make sure that this is all coming down far enough to cover that and give me a nice fluffy tail. I'm going to continue to do the bottom here until I get up to the base of the body, and then I'll come back and then we're going to change gears and do a different type of method for the top section. I have all my rose bundles in and I think they look so pretty. It gave me the exact look I was going for. And look at that. No fraying whatsoever. Absolutely beautiful with Dollar Tree Deco Mesh. Now it took me a good I'd say 4 to 5 rows. So as you can see, I came right up to the base here. Now I'm going to do something a little different so that I have a nice smooth transition between the tail and the body of our mermaid. So I have still my first roll of the dark blue. I'm still working on my first roll. I added a pipe cleaner here. I'm going to wrap this around the base to cover up the tops of these, and then to give me that smooth transition. Plus I want this to come in nice and tight so it really accentuates how big and beautiful the tail is. So I'm going to take this and start here on the back and just attach it to one of the bars back here to get it secure. And I'm just going to pull this together so that when I wrap it, it's layered. It'll make it darker and easier for me to hide what I'm trying to hide. Okay, so it looks like I need one more bundle here to hide that. So let me put one more there. Okay, so I have the base here wrapped that hid all my ends, so I'm really happy with that. And that finished off that roll of dark blue mesh. So I've just attached another one, and now I'm going to use that to wrap the top half of my wreath. And again, I'm just going to pull it together so it's thick so you can't see through it. And just work my way around and wrap it all the way to the top. I have the top of my mermaid form wrapped. Now it did take me 2 packages of the dark blue mesh to get a nice covering over the top. And then here in the corner I just added half a pipe cleaner and a loop. This is what I'm going to use to hang it. Now to finish decorating my little mermaid tail here, I took some of my rose petals here and I wrapped them together so I kind of made like a little bouquet. And then I also have a few more that are individual. So I want to take this, and here in the center you can kind of open it up. And I'm going to place my little bundle here inside over to the side. I like that. And then I'm also going to feed in some of the individual ones that I have so that I can kind of direct them, whether I put it in the back to make it a little higher or maybe on the sides. But that's what I'm going to use there. And then there's one more item I want to add, and it's this really pretty starfish. Now they had a couple different colors you could choose from. They had this really pretty kind of light blue or teal color. They have the navy blue, white, or red. And I'm going to attach this right here in the same spot that I attached the hanger, like that. And then these guys will kind of cover up the hanger so you won't see it from the front. But I think that'll be a really nice addition, and will kind of hang to the side. The reason why I wanted to put the hanger just on the side is because I don't want my wreath to just hang up and down like this. I want it to kind of hang at an angle. I think that is a little bit more attractive for the shape of my mermaid tail. So let's get this guy attached first, and then I'll go ahead and fill this in. Now I don't want it to hang down too far, so I'm going to cut the rope here and use this to tie it on. And I'm going to tie it on to that bar. Make sure I do a nice double knot there. Got the length that I want, and then I'm going to hide that whole knot down on the inside. Okay. And then I'll probably hot glue that down in the position that I want it to once I get the other stuff in and I have it hanging. And now I'm just going to add this part to the top. I'm going to hot glue it in and add in my other pieces. So let's get this placed. Make sure everything's nice and tucked. And there you go, we are all done. I absolutely love the final result of my Dollar Tree Mermaid Wreath. Absolutely adorable. I love that. I think that and the little starfish here were the perfect final addition to my Mermaid Tail Wreath. Now to recap, it took a total of 3 of the navy blue and then 1 of each of the other colors. So 1 dark purple, light blue, and gray. Such a beautiful wreath. Now this new method I designed specifically for this wreath, but you can use it on anything that you would like. You can adjust the length of these by simply adjusting how long you cut your mesh. You can make them shorter or longer. I think these would be really pretty to make a deco mesh rose bouquet. So lots of different things you can do with this new method. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed today's Dollar Tree DIY. I had so much fun pulling this together and creating a new no fray method to use with Dollar Tree mesh. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please give me a big thumbs up and show some love in the comments. This really does help support my channel. If you know anyone who would enjoy my content, please share it with them. If you like Dollar Tree hauls and craft tutorials, you're going to want to check out these other videos. Thanks again for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. You have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.